All right, what's going on, everyone? I think I finally hit the right button to go live. I could be wrong. Oh, there I am. Okay. How to move the chat box out of my way. Who we got here? Mark Rose, what's going on? Clockwork Orgy, Lucky Butter. How y'all doing today? Hopefully, I don't lose this camera. I just stream through my phone because I still can't figure out why my camera's jacked up. But hopefully it works. Hopefully my sound is going with my face. I don't know if I look like a foreign film right now that was with a bad dub or not, but uh, this should work out. So, Gaijin, why does it say that? Did you wait, Mark Z? Did you have Gaijin before like that on YouTube? Looks different. What's going on, everyone? Let me see. What is this? Okay, close that. Oh, okay. Yeah, audio's a bit muffled, but your camera's good. Okay, so I have my camera. Like I said, it's one of my phones. Then I'm using my microphone on my computer, hoping that it syncs up properly. If it doesn't, I'll just probably have to eventually get a new camera because this one, I bought this Logitech camera a while back. I thought it was good. It worked for a decent amount of time. So, wondering. It's fine if I can understand you. Sweet. All right. Oh, you changed it yesterday. Okay. I was like, I recognize the icon. That's how I knew. Um, but yeah, welcome everyone to the live stream. I should have put like a weird. I found these lenses for my camera the other day. I was trying to mess with them, trying to figure out how to use them, but I ended up just taking them out, not doing anything with them. So I got my volume all the way up. So if there's an ad break midstream, my eardrum's gonna go bye bye. I think I turned that off. I believe I turned it on accidentally last time, and I think I turned it off this time though, so we should be good. Clockwork Gorgeous says, "Got anything new, Sonny?" We're gonna discuss everything here in a bit. What do we think? Oh no, because I just saw that. I made a list here. I made a list. See that right there? I'm trying to be professional now, a real YouTuber, if you will, which is why I have a list here. Now, of what we're going to discuss, spoiler alert, that's the discussion topics right there. First is the Marvel Legends Hulk. I want to put that out there right away. Not this one. This one with the squishy chest, because this squishy chest one is was it $60? $70, $60, I think. Yeah, the Maximum Hulk. Let me ask y'all, what is y'all opinion on the Maximum Hulk? Do you think I don't think it's gonna well, okay. A lot of people don't have a regular Hulk to begin with, so I think that's what is gonna get a lot of people to buy it. Um, but I don't see the value in it. I'm just putting it out there. Myself, although I have Hulk already. Clockwork says, I bought the unethically good CT Toys Helverine. Yes, it's awesome. I've been hearing it's good. And again, like I said, it's the whole thing about the head sculpt. I looked at side by side photos of the head sculpt. It is very similar. You could tell they're based off the same comic book character design. I wouldn't say they necessarily stole the mold from the other one based on the way the fire flares or whatever they're called are on the hair part or the wing part. But that guy didn't the person who made his head sculpt didn't exactly get Marvel's permission either. So that's still my thing. He didn't get permission. I don't think that theirs is a direct copy of his. It's based off the same character. There's only so much you can do to differentiate from the character, depending on how you make it. So I don't think it's unethical. Is it unethical because it's bootleg? Maybe, but I don't know. Gaijin says, or Gaijin, dang it, I'm gonna say that every time. Mark Z says, disappointed with the Hulk, but with the Mezco one coming out, I would have expected the soft chest from them. I'm just worried about the durability in the long run. So I did see that was a concern for people on Facebook as well. Um, I think, well, being a Storm Collectibles collector, I have never had any of them crack or anything like that. So I'm assuming it's going to be very similar material. From what I've seen, even people who have the knockoff Storm Collectibles, like the Mike Tyson with the weird different color body pieces, have never had a crack either. So I think you're going to be good. I don't think it's going to crack like some people may think that it will. Clockwork Gorge says, I don't hate it, but I've always wanted a Hulk that can clap. That was always a weird thing. So, correct me. Who was it? Who was it? It was, it's a female toy photographer. So she's the one that made it look like a clap or made him look like a hug by spinning his body around, moving his hands right here like this. And then I believe she put some sort of extension on his neck and then flipped his hands around. So you could cheat the clap. Cheat the clap. The clap is also chlamydia, for those that don't know. But you could have cheated the clap years before. And like I said, just she had an extension on the head. So if I can pull his head off. Yeah, so I think she had just put like blue sticky tack or something like that. So she was able to cheat the clap. That still sounds wrong. She was able to cheat the clap by spinning the torso around. And of course, with some clever clever camera angles, you won't get his boobs and his back. You'll be able to pull that off and make it look like he thunderclapped. So that is a way to cheat it with the old body. Like I said, just flip them hands, put the left hand on the right arm and the right arm on the left hand, spin his torso around, and you're good. You can cheat it that way. So that's a possibility for it. Yeah, so I don't know. If you wanted to clap like that, you could achieve that. Yes, the hands aren't exactly flat for it, but you could still cheat it that way. That's why I have my Hulk figure right now with me, so I could show y'all what I'd seen before in the past. Real Life Perspective Show says, "What up, Sonny? Happy Sunday. What's going on, man?" Gaijin says, "With the mention of CT, I'm excited for the Gambit. Haven't ordered it yet, but at this point, I don't know if it'll be possible." Oh yeah, Look, check it out. I got tariffs. On the board too. God, suck with this. Right there. I got tariffs on there as well. Yeah, the CT Toys does a good job. I'm gonna say it. That Mafex Gambit is dope too. Let's see. Rick Jones says, "Ahoy, mateys. What's going on, man?" Clockwork Gorgeous says, "CT needs to steal those Rebel Tech style Daredevil and Punisher because they can't afford those." You know what? So CT Toys, I believe they did the Agent Venom. There was also a third party that did Agent Venom and made it look like true Rebel Tech boxing. Although if you get it from AliExpress, it's completely crushed. That one sucked, but the CT Toys Agent Venom was pretty dope, and so was the Agent Anti Venom, from what I understand. So yes, they need to get more Rebel Tech designs. Rick Jones says Mezco Hulk might be small. That's what I'm kind of wondering as well. I don't think Thor looks that big from Mezco. I could be wrong. I didn't pre-order, but I could be wrong. But he did look a little small as well. Mark D says, "I'm slightly more interested in the 6-inch plus Hulk kit that goes with the third-party orc that you told me to get." Yes, and they have that larger orc, I think the 9-inch orc. That one apparently works the best for it. So, yeah, that one should be good. Clockwork Gorgeous says, "It looks weird." Oh, the hand clap? It could. Or is that what you're talking about? I have no idea. Lucky Butter says, "All right, I'm back. What did I miss? I showed you how to cheat this hand clap. I don't know if you saw that part. But yeah, just by turning around his body, add an extension to the head because if you just turn it around, it's kind of right there. But you can achieve a hand clap, thunder clap like that by spinning around. It's possible. Hide it with the camera angles, and you're good to go. You're Gucci, as the little kids say these days. You're Gucci. Let's see. Rick Jones doesn't care about the clap. If you do get the clap, there's prescription medication that you can take to cure that for all your L's. Clockwork Gorgeous says, tariffs are for the people. Don't kill me, Americans. So the tariffs are going to cause a lot of stuff to go up in cost, like it already has. So that does suck. The tariffs is on my list too. Bam. God, I do not know how to work this camera angle. Tariffs right there. Yeah, that's gonna go up. Mark Z says, I mean, I was kind of hoping they'd give Maximum Hope some double jointed elbow. Yes, because someone pointed out they still have this nasty elbow right here. That is not the best elbow to have. It does look weird. I mean, it's what you get with the single jointed elbow quite often. What is it? Black Series also has a weird like hexagonal, not hexagonal. What's the polygonal elbow that juts out from there on some of their figures. It is weird. They kept these arms. They would have been cool if they got different arms. Again, double jointed would have been cool. We didn't get that. They got toe articulation instead. Which some of those pictures, I hate to be like the one to say it, but some of those pictures the feet looked weird. Like I think they could have posed the feet a little bit better. Let's see. Gaijin. I'm never gonna get used to not saying that. Mark C says, even if it's reused from the Brave New World Red Harrison Hulk. Lucky Butter says, I don't like the rubber chest look, but understand what Hasbro's trying to do. But I'll definitely be skipping on that Hulk. I'm fine with the Diamond Select offering. Yeah, the Diamond Select one is still very, very nice. Mark Z is sick of 2025. Lucky Butter says, Guy John was shocked they didn't have double joints on the new Hulk from Hasbro. Yeah, it would have been cool. You know what would have been cool too? Soft good pants. That would have been cool. Put some soft good pants on them. I would have liked that. Olu says, what's going on? Olu says, I thought I was finally getting a Green Hulk. Then I saw those pins. That's what I saw other people complaining about too, that the pins were still on there. Which this one does have the pins on the upper, but not on the lower. I don't know why, but only on the upper does he have those pins. He's almost pinless if you think about it, because you can't see the elbow pin. You can see that right there. But that, like, I mean, if you have like a fat aunt or a fat Thea or a fat auntie, and they bend their arm up, they usually have that little flap there too. So some people hating for no reason. Let's see. Mark Z says, like, but it could have been better. Not impressed with it so far. A little angry Wade pick in the background. Oh yeah. Dang it. Missed it again. There we go. Angry Wade. Lucky Butter says, Hulk's got that tasty chip scoop elbow. How much sauce can that Hulk elbow lip hold? You know, if it were to scale, I'd say 19 ounces. Marksy says, I don't know, I might be wrong, but the torso, legs, and arms look like the original 80th, 28th anniversary Hulk. I think they are. I think it's actually just this chest mold too, but with that soft plastic instead. God just says, I'm not shocked what Hasbro offered, but it saves me money in the end. Yeah, like I said, I think it's mostly going to be the people who couldn't get this Hulk or the was it the first appearance Hulk or whatever. I think those are the people that it's targeted for. Granted, there will be some huge Hulk fans that are like, I gotta have that Hulk too. But yeah, I agree. The Diamond Select is probably my favorite Hulk. Rick Jones says, I don't like the Hulk head, the heads for Hulk. I actually do like them. I like the I like the way that they look. I wasn't really a fan of this Hulk head when it first came out, but it kind of grew on me. So I do like those new heads though. I know a lot of people are like, oh, they look dumb. I like dumb though. I like those. I like the way they look. Lucky Butter says, Gaijin Marcus Z. The only area that's new on the Hulk is the rubber torso and toe hinges, I believe. Mark Z says if they wanted a butterfly shoulder system that won't break the design, I thought they could have tried the Mafex style joints. They don't break as bad and they have a lot of range. And for the size, it could have been durable compared to something smaller. So another one that they could have went with was the SH Figure Arts style um, hands. I didn't bring them up here. Let me go get it real quick. Let me go because it's it's a figure that I really like, and granted, it can look ugly, but for photos, it can look just fine. And so they could have went with this style. So if you have the SH Figure Arts figures, they have this weird shoulder system, like this Majin Buu has it, where it actually comes out of the shoulder. So it's hidden for a bit. It comes out, and I mean, he can clap for days. And it doesn't look that bad either. It's a bit weird. It can come out too far like that. But again, with your correct camera angles, you can prevent it from looking too weird in the long run. So I don't know. They should have tried this. Hulk has big enough boobs that you can hide that in there and then have it come out. Like I said, it does look weird if you go way too far, but they could have done it. That's all I'm saying. Because he would have had a bigger chest cavity than this Majin Buu does. Because you can see in there, it's pretty thin. But with the Hulk having such a huge chest, you could have put more plastic in there, so it would have been able to make that thunderclap happen. But they didn't do that. They didn't consult me. I would have been like, still SH Figure Arts Design. When they had their shareholders meeting, that didn't come up. I don't know if that came up. I didn't go to the shareholders meeting. I got the email for it, but I never go to any of those. But yeah, I thought they could have did it a little bit better. And it could have still been hard plastic. Or it could have been rubber. If they wanted to go with the rubber, they could have did that as well. Let's see. Clockwork Gorgeous says Hulk has excess skin. He still has foreskin. His elbow. No, I told people at work one time. So I had a allergic reaction to medication, and so I got extra elbow skin too. So I kind of feel the Hulk on the extra elbow skin thing right there, and it just stays there for a little bit too. So I don't know. Like now I'm all like, oh, there's my extra elbow skin. Hey, that hurts. That hurts me and Hulk. Clockwork Orgy. We're very offended by that excess skin. Uh, no, Lucky Butter says, honestly, forgot about the elbow scoop was there on the Hasbro one since I've got the Diamond Select offerings on display. Yeah, no, this one's always. I thought that was weird when it first came out too. That it just stays out there. Let's see. Mark Z says, I mean, if people enjoy it, that's great. I wish they could have done more, but that's just me. Clockwork Orgy says, I shill for the most for characters I already have. So there. Lucky Butter says, Mark Z, I totally agree all around. I'm curious to see what else Hasbro does with this line, but I'll probably be skipping on most of the items offered. You know what will make me skip a lot of them is if that Emo Spider-Man, also on the list, Emo Spidey, is the new price point. It's $29.99 at Hasbro's site, and it's $34.99 on Big Bad Toy Store, and I think $36.99 on Entertainment Earth. Amazon also has it for $20.99, but yeesh, $29.99. But yeah, that's a bit scary to see that a regular figure, because I didn't see the live stream. I just stole screenshots from somebody, but I didn't see the live stream. But did they call it a deluxe figure? Because I don't think it would qualify as a deluxe figure at this point, or maximum Tobey Maguire. Let's see where we at. Oh, Mark C says the SHF Ultraman are like that too, and it's useful for forward movement. But if I want Hulk to stretch his arms back, a Mafex style could work well. Symbiote Spider, Spidey specifically. I don't have that one. I have the Scarlet Spider, which is terrible. The Mafex one is garbage. Clockwork Gorgeous says elbow skin shaming is a thing. I'm a victim. I'm a victim of that. Marcy said, Lucky but I'd be down for a cap with extra torso articulation or updated Fantastic Four with what they've done with the Hulk. I don't know anymore. I want maximum Human Torch. It's actually on fire. If we can get that, I'll be so excited. Hasbro, make that happen. Or Mr. Fantastic with Stretch Armstrong limbs. So I can stretch them whenever I feel like stretching them. Somehow articulate the elbow. I don't know how they're going to do it, but Hasbro can do no wrong. Except charge too much sometimes. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes. I'm saying. Sometimes. Where we at? Clockwork Gorgeous says 80th Hulk head would look great on that maximum. Lucky Butter says, oh really? I thought it was BBTS. It was 27 for emo Spotty. I'm probably wrong. No, it's $34.99. It's crazy the upcharge that Big Bad Toy Store has on it. But Entertainment Earth also has it even higher than Big Bad Toy Store. So if you want it for $29.99, you got it. You had to have jumped on it when it was on Hasbro Pulse or catch it on Amazon. But yeah, they got it because of the tariffs, I believe. Guy just says, I was interested in the Mystique, and I just realized today that the arms aren't streak. They have a swivel at the top of the glove, so basically an updated Emma Frost style arm. I looked into that one, but it looked too much similar to the other Mystique, so I didn't pay attention. Again, I did not look at the live stream, so I don't know what they said about them. I should have looked at them before today's live stream, but instead I was watching stand-up comedy instead. There you go, Mark Z, barbecue, Human Torch. Human Torch, and he's just doused in gasoline, and you light him on, and it comes with a little lighter, and you just light him, boom, flame on. Lucky Butter says, Mark Z, we'll have to wait and see. Fingers crossed Hasbro steps it up. Clockwork Gorgeous says, I have a feeling they'll do a maximum cap with a soft overlay too. You think so? You think soft chest is going to be the new thing just so they can try to be like, we're better than Jada Toys. We're better than Mafex. We're better than SH Figure Arts. You think squishy chests are going to be the new thing? Because I'm thinking about it. It's like Storm Collectibles uses squishy chest. Well, they use squishy chests on all their figures. It works well. But here's the thing about Storm Collectibles. Let me put the Hulk down. Let's see. I genuinely thought the maximum Spidey body could work for a Mr. Fantastic if the height is right, though. Like Butter says, they noticed the fan criticism, hopefully so. I don't know, because here's the thing. Yes, you can listen to your fans all you want, but you have stakeholders as well that you have to please. So it's like you can't please everyone, so you got to pick and choose who you're pleasing at what time. Sort of like prostitution. You can't please everyone. You can only please who has the money right then and there. So if the stakeholders have the money, you got to please them. The consumer has the money, you got to please them. Can't please them both at the same time. One is going to argue that you're taking more time from them and giving to the other, and then the pimp will get mad, and then he'll call you just regular John. You have a name. You don't got to take that from him. Where was I going with this? Oh, yeah. They got stakeholders, what I'm saying. Where are we at? Let's see. I genuinely thought Maximum Spidey Body could work for Mr. Fantastic if the height is right. And Lucky Butter, if they notice the fan crystal, okay. Lucky Butter says, geez, no thank you. I'll wait for the emo Spidey sale. I don't think he'll hit sale. I know a lot of people are like, oh, wait for Ross. I made the joke, wait for Ross too. I'm not the first one to make that joke, by the way. I want to put that out there. But I don't think he's going to hit Ross. I don't think with him, I think he's a fan channel exclusive. So I don't know that they'll make as many. So we may not see a lot of people get him on sale or anything. Lucky Butter says, Mark C, is there any rumors to what the next character will be in the line? I would put money on it being an Iron Man. I heard someone say that it was going to be a Deadpool, but who knows? They could be wrong. Clockwork Orange says, I'm hoping the new Fantastic Four doesn't suck. The movie or the figures? Because they teased the figures. Well, they didn't tease the figures. They had that little thing where their hands were in. Hasbro pulled it. It was pretty cool. But yeah, hopefully the movies don't suck. Mark C says standard butterfly joints on cap will be fine. I just want them to improve from the ab crunch and waist swivel, like something closer to the ultimate cap or even War Journal 2-pack Punisher. Like Butter says, when Hasbro did the Bucky Cap 2.0, I figured they would have picked the articulation system that Jada uses for Fei Long. Since they didn't, I've been sort of detached. Oh, from grabbing Legends. I thought you meant from Life. I was like, dude, talk to somebody. No. But yeah. Yeah, it's weird because it's like these other companies are coming out with different type of articulation and stuff. And so it's like at what point will Hasbro kind of compete with that and kind of retool into it and get back into being innovative with the figure? Mark C says, look, but I'm not sure, but it's probably safe to say it's a major character. So Cap, Iron Man, Thor, Wolverine. But what could they do with Wolverine? I mean, toe articulation, I don't know. Rubber chest, so that way he can have better movement. But it's like the rubber chest. I mean, it all depends too how much of the internal parts you have far enough back so that you can actually achieve some of that. And Wolverine's gonna be a smaller figure, so it will be a different style that they will need to use for that. Like Bird says, Emo Spidey might not go on sale, but maybe one day at a market no one would want him. Fingers crossed, allegations come out against Tobey Maguire and his figures drop in price. Fingers crossed. Uh, that's messed up. Don't laugh at that. Oh yeah, I didn't laugh. That's cool. Olu says, I actually find value in Legends being playable. Can't let my son touch my effects. That's true. My little one comes in. He knows he can play with Marvel Legends and stuff. Um, my Mezco ones are the ones that he's kind of like, I don't want to mess with those. I'm like, good, don't. No. Generally, I let him play with anything if you ask me. He prefers to play with Plunderlings though. Mark C says there was a rumor for SDCC solo re-release of Deadpool, but if they limit him to a maximum release, I don't know, because that's a great fig, but at that price point, I don't know about all that. So here's where it would hurt them if they try to re-release that SDCC Deadpool as a maximum release. They've already released 2 Deadpools with like a bunch of accessories, so it's gonna be that point where people are gonna be like, "Are you want to pay $50 for a re-release of Deadpool when you've previously released him at 29 or 1999 or 24.99 with a bunch of accessories already? You want me to buy that again?" So that would be I think that would be hard to market. Lucky Butter says, Mark C, yes, we need another Wolverine. How that makes sense. We do. We need one more. We could always use Wolverines. Oh, they had that new Weapon X coming out. I think it's just pinless. I think that's the only difference. The card that it comes on. I love that card that it comes on. That retro card. That looks dope. But if it's gonna come out at $29.99, not so dope. Mark Z says, Lucky Brown personally is all set on the Astonishing Wolverine. That is a good one. But a classic Tiger Stripe brown suit Wolverine would be dope with the Astonishing Wolverine articulation. Gaijin said, Gaijin, dang it. Marcus Z says, soft rubber chest going to be the recurring theme of the night. That's right. Silicone chests. Lucky Butter says, LOL Legends have me so detached from life. not in that matter. There's just so many companies offering great figures, so I'll be spending money with those companies. Lucky Butter says, oh yeah, there's value for sure in Legends, but if the price keeps jumping, then I'm assuming he's jumping ship. Mark C says, I don't need all those unnecessary Team NT style weapons or the sci-fi style firearms. The hands are good additions though. Maybe all his alternate head portraits. That would be interesting. To have just different like half mask, no mask, um, different eye expressions. That would make a lot of sense. Rick Jones says, I'll buy another brown suit Wolverine. That's right, Mexican Wolverine. Serve it up for everyone. I was actually just messing with the House of X one the other day, and I was like, "This is a good Wolverine. It's a good Wolverine right there." Lucky Butter says, "Mark Z, it seems to make sense to give Wolverine that maximum treatment." Yeah, because there what you have open. Yeah, now we have the open hand with the claws out, pointing finger, fist. Obviously, I always had the fist, and then just one with no glove. I mean, no claws out. Can we get half claw? Like claws are barely about to come out. That'd be cool too. I'm probably the only one who wants it. You know what? Back in the days, there was a Toy Biz Wolverine, not the collectible Toy Biz Wolverine, but like a little 4 inch or whatever, and it was a little lever on his forearm, and you pushed it up, and the claws came out. I know it sounds real gimmicky, but that would be a dope addition to give to a Wolverine, especially if they give it to him a maximum, just to kind of throw it in like, oh, it's a throwback to the old Wolverine toy. But you can also adjust it for the length depending on what you want for photography. That would be cool. Clockwork Gorge says silicone boobies. Yes, silicone boobies. They need to make. They should make silicone boobies for the female figures to give them more articulation, even more articulation than that Target Black Widow. It could work. I'll say it at the next shareholders meeting. Lucky Butter says, "I'm not sure what they could do to speak it up. Speak it up. Tweak it up? Speak it up." Mark G says, "Sorry, Sonny, I wanted to add a little razzle dazzle and have some consistency with my other social media accounts." All good, man. That's right, because that's what it is on Instagram, right? That's what it is. Yeah. Half the time I just type in Marcus and it'll pop up. Olu says they could have just called it medium rare Hulk. That is true. They could have called it medium rare Hulk. Although that would be red Hulk, right? Medium rare. Mark C says every pair of clawed hands with varying lengths, like 20 in total. Absolutely unnecessary. Well, that's what I'm saying. Get a little switch, the little lever, and when you push the lever up, the claws start to come out the front. That'll be cool. Luck Butter says maximum rubber rare Hulk hitting toy shelves in 2025. Brought to you by Hasbro. Oh, clipped. All right. I heard silicone boobies give toys lower back pain. I don't think so. Isn't it lighter or something? I don't know how that works. But anyway, speaking of rubber boobies, this is how rubber boobies could work for a clap. So they don't reach all the way, because that's Storm Collectible style. But if you take these little pieces out right there, then you can make them clap. I'm going to show you. I'm going to pop that arm off. Pull that arm off. And you take out that little piece right here. McFarlane uses this piece too to make it look like a little smoother transition. If you pop that back on, then his hand can go all the way across. You can actually make him clap his hands like that. And it is that rubber chest, so it does push it a little. This thing actually prevents it from being pushed, which is kind of weird, because like when I took it apart to figure out if this was going to be like how they were going to do the new Hulk, it made me realize that because Storm Collectibles puts this in there, the chest actually doesn't smash too well on its own. Like that kind of stops it from smashing. See that right there? Burst. Let me take his head off. See that right there? It doesn't allow that chest to get smashed. But this one, I can smash the rubber chest, the silicone boobies right there. So it is kind of weird, because a lot of people were like, Storm Collectibles can do it. It doesn't actually allow for it unless you take that piece out. What is medium rare Hulk is just pink, right? Yes, I believe that's what it is. All right, let me figure out how to put this piece back in. Okay, there we go. But yeah, so Storm Collectibles has a rubber chest, but it doesn't quite allow for you to collapse it. So at this point, I'm not sure why they use a soft rubber chest, because that little shoulder piece has to be removed before they can actually touch hands. Let's see. Mark Z says, still bummed out that Storm Collectibles lost the MK license before they introduced the arena line. Dude, no kidding, man. Oh, the McFarlane figures are just, oh man, they're not good looking. They look bad. They look like back in the day. I used to draw Mortal Kombat characters in like art class and stuff like that. It looked just as bad as those new McFarlane figures. It was bad like that. Like you could tell what I was trying to do, but you're like, it's not it. You're like, A for effort? Nah, we're still giving him an F because this was terrible. Clockwork Gorgeous says, so Hasbro was right, put silicone chest on everything. If, because they don't have that same shoulder style that McFarlane and Storm Collectibles has, it should work in theory. And they showed it on, I know they showed it on the live stream that it's working. But like I said, as you get with smaller characters, it might not work as well because then you have to decrease the size inside the chest to actually get it to actually get the arms to bend forward enough, unless you give them these little outposts like this, like the SH Figure Arts. It's not gonna make a difference if they're smaller. So just putting that out there. Thor got him. What's going on, man? Says I've got the Jada Blanca on pre-order. This one is huge. Storm is always scaling their figures on the large side. Well, Storm is 1/10 scale, and so Blanca scale is pretty good with the other figures. Like Balrog is big. Paul Phoenix is pretty tall. Like Liu Kang is probably the best example of, hey, this is a normal sized person in Storm Collectibles scale. Mark G says it would be a missed opportunity if they didn't at Lucky Butter. Oh wait, what? I wonder if Hasbro will release a maximum Red Hulk or just totally ignore that. It would make sense. Yeah, I agree with Marcus E and you, Lucky Butter. They should do that. Thor Gotham says McFarlane figs are hot trash. They're great statues though. They look nice if you just leave them alone. Actually, my favorite one still is Devastator right there. Ha, got it right. Pointed properly. That's still my favorite McFarlane figure. That's back when McFarlane figures were $14.99 or $14.86, something stupid that Walmart does. Throws me all off. I'm like, okay, I know how much tax is on this, and then Walmart's like, oh, it's not $14.99, it's $14.92. I'm like, oh, stupid. What I'm saying is tariffs are great for the economy. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, let's see. Not McFarlane. Mark C. Like reuse the maximum Hulk body for Red Hulk. Like Butter says, Mark C. It would be, but I have no clue what Hasbro has in mind for this line. I do wonder if they're gonna what their first female figure would be. It almost feels like it would be Black Widow. Clockwork Gorgeous says they've done that McFarlane style on the movie Colossus. I'm trying to remember. Is that what his shoulders are? I'm gonna go look it up real quick. I can't remember that that's what it looked. Marvel Legends. Colossus. Because I know that, oh, it sure is, man. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, he does have that style shoulder. Because I know McFarlane does it. McFarlane's been doing that for years. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. Interesting. Is he the only one? I guess he would be because I hate when McFarlane does that. And they're like, oh, here's your Build-A-Figure piece. Here's the torso and these weird shoulder ring things. Good luck remembering where you put them when you get the arms finally. Stupid McFarlane. I say that because I almost lost them with Bane, and I have them just somewhere in a bucket for what's that big blue knight Batman? I forget his name. It's a big blue bat. Big blue knight looking Batman. Where are we at? Oh, Thor Gotham says when Mattel had the license, it wasn't great. However, 6-inch scale and possibly better sculpt and articulation this time around. I'm ready for Mattel to take back the license. Ah, the old ones look terrible though. I don't like them. I don't think they're gonna get any better than that because you look at Mattel's wrestling figures, they're not that great. I pointed that out last time. They're not the best. They're not the best in the low end. The $20 ones or $21.99, whatever they cost now, they're not that good. The higher priced ones, the $30 ones, $32.99, whatever they're at now, are better. But then are you gonna want to pay that much for DC figures? Because we're already complaining about Hasbro increasing prices. It's gonna be a real shock to go from $22.99 to 30 or $29.99, possibly $32.99 for DC figures. And people are gonna complain. Oh, McFarlane did it cheaper and he used more plastic because the figures were bigger. It's like, can we just can you like? Sometimes I get irritated. I'm like, didn't you argue that you didn't like them before and now you're arguing for them? It's very weird. People are weird. But yeah, if they go $29.99, I'm not a huge DC fan, so you know that won't be anything. Now, Mafex DC are still really good. I give them props on that one. Let's see. Rick Jones says, I like hard plastic, not rubbery, bendy figure stuff. Well, the thing too, like I've never left Storm collectibles like laying on top of each other, but I assume if you do, it'll mess up the rubber. I assume that's the only way it'll mess up. Like they've been on the shelf for years. I still take down the oldest Storm collectible figures I have are my Gears of War figures, and they have not let me down. They still look great. But I've never laid them down on each other, so I don't know how that would hold up. Lucky Butter says, Thor got him. I really hope Mattel does a great job with the DC line again, but agreed the first time around was rough offerings. Mark Z says, Lucky Butter, worst case scenario, they'll drop the sub line if they're not selling enough, like what they did with the Hyper Real Black Series line a while back. Lucky Butter says, Rick Jones, you don't like flaccid action figures? Mark Z says, Thor got him. I'd hope they can get the articulation right like Jada or Boss Fight. Boss Fight's pretty good too. What's the Boss Fight Studios figure I have here? What do I do with them? I had him up here, and I don't know. I put him in my pocket one day, and I don't think oh no, there he is. But this is not a fair representation of a Boss Fight Studio figure because it's only single jointed articulation for the elbows. The legs are double jointed, but they're also skeleton. So it's not best representation, but this is a decent enough figure. It's dumb. I don't know what it's from, but I mean I know it's from Boss Fight Studio, but I thought it looked cool. Little skeleton wrestler dude. I don't know why wrestlers always come with microphones. It's kind of weird. I mean, it's not weird. It makes sense because they're always talking, but still. Even wrestlers that aren't actually wrestlers come with microphones. It's kind of weird. Lucky Butter says, where we at? Yeah, Lucky Butter says, Marksy, I heard those were great figures to pose, but the price was a no-go for most Black Series collectors. I remember seeing them on sale and never grabbed one. Rick Jones says he needs that hard plastic. Marksy says, I would love Storm and Wasp for maximum, but I'd probably rather want a standard release for them as long as it's on a good body. Maybe Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel. I thought about Storm too, because they could pack in a ton of accessories. Lightning hands, lightning swirls, or like wind. Could finally get a wind accessory. I don't know how, like, encapsulate her or something. So Storm would be a cool offering too. I think Rogue would be dumb, because what are you going to put? A bunch of hands? Different hairstyles? Can we get rubber hair? Will that help the articulation of the neck to go up a little bit better? No, don't do rubber hair. That's going to look stupid. Actually, I had an older figure that had that rubber hair. It was dumb. It was like an old toy that a friend of mine found, or he bought. random box of toys from a store that closed down. It was a an adult shop that shut down, but they found boxes that were in the shop from before they bought the place, and they sold it to him for dirt cheap as well with a bunch of records that were there, if I'm not mistaken. And he gave them to me, and one of them had rubber hair, and it was the dumbest thing ever. It was dumb because you could flex the hair back, but then the hair would just mold, like go back to its old shape, and so it would just move the head back, so it didn't work. Mark C says, "Look, but I hope Maximum won't go that route, but it depends. They got to meet the standards they set with Spidey." Paco Gorge says, "I honestly don't have much faith in Mattel DC figures. They were pretty rough." Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be good. Lucky Butter says that Hasbro marketing truly picked the title Maximum, so when Hasbro gets around to Deadpool, they could write in effort at the bottom of that title on the box. I mean, that makes most sense because they do tend to funny up the Deadpool packaging. Sorry if I start yawning and stuff. I had to take medication for neck injury and it causes drowsiness, which actually makes me feel drunk more than anything. But if I keep blinking or whatever, I'm gonna try to stick on till midnight. I'm gonna fight through it. But I did take the medicine about an hour and a half ago, so I'm gonna be feeling it. If I start talking crazy, that's why. I'm not drunk or on drugs. I just want to. Well, technically, I am on drugs, but it's a prescribed medication. It's not a narcotic, so we'll put that out there. I don't have a drug problem. Collecting action figures has not driven me to drugs. Just to let y'all know. I feel like I keep saying that. Where we at? Let's see. The Black Widow that Marvel Legends already released was close to a maximum offering as you can get. Multiple hands, heads, weapons, effect pieces. That was a cool offering, but that was a deluxe figure. That's what I'm saying. Like maximum is supposed to be beyond deluxe figure. I feel like that Hulk is a deluxe figure. Although I think Red Hulk and um, Maestro were deluxe figures, and they only got hands and heads. Yeah, it's not very deluxe. So yeah, okay, maximum makes sense now. Now that I'm thinking about that. Mark G says, Boss Fight 112 blanks are some of my most wants for this year. They look so good, and the male ones look well articulated according to Robo's review. Yeah, they do. They look pretty good. I like that they come with the superhero masks. I mean, they're not painted, but I still say I'm gonna paint something one day, and I still haven't. Yep, no, and I have not started on the Texans custom figure. Like what it says, Mark C agreed about the Black Widow offering. Same seems to be the Amazing Fantasy Spidey, but toss in some more accessories and we've got ourselves a maximum price point. Like what it says, didn't Jada just do that with Blanca, the rubber flaccid hair? Did they? It's not good. I don't think it's gonna be good. Storm Collectibles did not do it. Mark C says Mattel improved after losing the DC license to WWE, Jurassic Park, Motu double pinless joints, ball jointed diaphragm, butterfly joints, and even in their last years, they were slowly improving with the DC multiverse. I don't know. I got some of those DC multiverse figures. Like I just realized they were Hasbro. I mean Mattel. When I googled, I was like Mattel DC. I was like, oh, there's these garbage figures. I have 3 of them because I found them on clearance. I only paid $1 for all 3 because I paid $1 for the Joker at Ross. It was on clearance, and then I went in and I got Wonder Woman and that dude, Chris Pine. I was at GameStop and I was like, hey, how much are these? And the dude rang it up and he's like, nothing. So he gave them to me free. So I only paid $1 for 3 of them. They suck. I was just like, even though the $1 that I paid for 3 of them, I can actively say they're not that good. Rick Jones says, Kitty Pryde needs an update. Yeah. Olu says the girl from the Guardian 2-pack would go well with some Joes. Oh, yeah. God, I forget her name. But yeah, she looks cool. with her gold face, and they updated it, so apparently it's gonna be a different look to the body. Matt Logic 44, what's going on, man? It says evening all. Mark C says, look, but an extra $25 for accessories, a wild compromise. Who knows? The Maximum series could be even more expensive now that the tariffs are involved. Mark C says, Rick Jones, that'll be interesting. I'll be down for a regular release in her astonishing costume, but the effect pieces would benefit from the Maximum treatment. Mark Z sounds like a Maximum Hasbro shill. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, there you go, Lucky Butter. Frogman needs the Maximum treatment. I will blindly pay for it. That would be hilarious, man. Clockwork Gorgeous says, Sonny and adult shops are a thing. It happens. It's where you buy adult toys, right? That's the only reason I go in. I'm like, this is where I saw your advertisement here says buy it. You have adult toys for sale? I'm looking for Hasbro Marvel Legends Maximum series. What do you mean you need to see my ID? It's just Marvel Legends. Only some of y'all will get that part. Mark Z says, a very specific disclaimer. Rick Jones says, phasing effect, half figure kitty. That would be cool too. If you could like pop her body off and put like the legs disappearing or whatever, or arms disappearing. Lucky Butter says, Rick Jones, I'll be down for that effect of that character. Clockwork Gorgeous says, he needs his dollar back. That's right, I do. Madam Mask is the one that Olu was talking about. She looks dope with her gold face. Mark C says, Dimension of Tariffs is like my version of Winter Soldier's Red Book, I swear. Maximum Fluffer. Wild. That's right. Madlodge44 says, Madam Mask, she was hard to get when Hasbro launched Marvel Legends. Think she was a chase. Good to have an update. So they have her before? Marvel Legends. Let me look her up. Madame Masque. Oh, I see. She was an Arnim Zola series. Oh yeah. That's dope. Marvel's Madams. She was in a. Who was the other one that was in that pack? Let's see what this one is. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like she was. Where we at? Where we at? Olu's laughing because Mark C is a Maximum shill. Uh, Mark Z says, please don't tell me we're going to be smuggling Marvel Legends and import figures as this year progresses. Yes. Clockwork Gorgeous says, adult shop clerk brings Sonny to the silicone section. Looking for silicone chests on my adult toys. You got any of those? Clockwork Gorgeous says, laser fluffer is the thing. What? Marksy says, yeah, Madam Mask was chased with the Viper Madam Hydra pack. Or back in 2013, 2015, 2014. 2011, we old. Dang it. It's a long time ago. Like Butter says, Sonny's Silicone Selects. LOL, a new toy line coming in 2026. I would start that as a Kickstarter, but apparently those tariffs are killing everybody. So that's what sucks. Yeah, people are saying that the what was it? A Kickstarter line canceled because they would have to upcharge everybody more money to bring the lines out. I was like, dang it. So I hope that's not a thing. I did see where are we at? Mythic Dragon right there, the Mythic Legends Dragon. They did say that they don't know where the tariffs are going to be like, but they're not going to upcharge anyone. Whatever you paid is what you paid, plus whatever the shipping cost is going to be on that massive thing. So it'd be interesting. It's going to be very interesting with different Kickstarters and stuff, trying to figure that out. Because Plunderlings is going to have a Kickstarter coming up too for their, I'm going to still call them Plunder Wings. Their plunder beaks and their frogs, which I cannot remember what they're called. They're gonna have frogs and birds and plunderlings, and they're going to do a Kickstarter for it. So it's kind of scary to think that that may affect the cost of what those will be. Marcy says, "Am I Logic 44? When I think 10 years ago, I think 2005, but not 2015." Man, for real, dude. Because like 2005, I was like, oh yeah, I was still a youngster. I was only 22. But 2015, I was like, I think I was busy trying to make my kid at that point. So yeah, I was an adult. I mean, I think I was an adult at 22. I'm supposed to be. Mark C says, yeah, the long box heroes was one, I think. Okay, I think, yeah, that might have been the one I'm thinking. I think the Fresh Monkey Fiction toy line canceled stuff. Ooh. Oh, what's up, Travis Wilcox? See, that sucks, man. If you got to cancel it because you're like, there's no way people are going to pay this much for this figure. Like, it's already, it's already set a standard of what Kickstarter stuff should cost. Yeah, Clockwork Orgy, that's what I'm thinking too. I hope Brutal Realm doesn't get affected. Yeah, because shout out to all the people working out on that line. There's quite a few people working on that Brutal Realm line. Marcy says, my thick dragon is a cursed version of My Little Pony. Oh, man. Lucky Butter says, that's a real bummer for all the Kickstarter guys trying to get things produced. Exactly, man. Especially even so, like the Mythic Legends, because like you pre-order Mythic Legends and then 4 years later, how's it gonna be affected? You gotta think about that. You gotta think about that in the long term. Oh yeah, like I keep seeing a lot of people selling off their entire collection. They're like, I'm out of collecting. I'm just done with it. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm gonna laugh hysterically when they randomly get some Mythic Legions like 2 years down the road. Like, what is this? I don't even collect toys no more. That's gonna be hilarious, man. Marcus G says I was 16 in 2015. Dang it, that is a youngster. Lucky Butter says flip or should be coming out soon, but I wonder how the tariffs will affect the amount they make. That's what I'm saying. If they don't raise the cost of what they're selling, those tariffs are going to eat their profits. Some companies have already said that they're just going to keep the same price and they'll eat it. Like they'll eat that penalty or whatever. Kind of sucks, but I mean, it is what it is. Oh, Zombies from Mars 2? They canceled? Oh, dang. I didn't even see that. Zombies from Mars Kickstarter. Dude, that sucks. I just saw like more and more people posting about that. That would suck. Let's see. They raised 67,000 of their $119,000 goal. It's Canadian dollars because they were in Canada. I don't see on their Kickstarter that they said anything about that. Their line does look pretty cool. I didn't jump in on the Kickstarter, but their line looks pretty cool. Updates. Let's see updates. Oh, the campaign is done. Oh, wait. They were unsuccessful. Projects. Oh, the project's funding goal was not reached on Monday, March 31st. So they didn't cancel because of tariffs. They just didn't reach their goal. So yeah, so it wasn't because the tariffs. No, stop it, Lucky Butter. I'm gonna get to that in a bit. Uh, so yeah, they didn't cancel. Well, they had to cancel because the Kickstarter didn't fund. But they said they're gonna continue working on that stuff, which is good because I know they put a lot of time and effort into it and money. Lucky Butter says, "Ooh, D13 will never get Jesus out now." Nope, incorrect, incorrect. They said to make sure all your stuff is up to date in the Kickstarter in the backer kit. So I just got that email. I was like, it's been over 2 years. It's crazy. It's just like in the Bible. You never know when Jesus is coming back. D13 is keeping me on my toes about that. Travis Wilcox says, did Wade push back his new odious stuff? Not that I'm aware of, but I get how that would affect everybody. Taco Gorge says, it'd be crazy if you guys start getting a warehouse in Ukraine or something with to duck the tariffs. Hey, or Mexico or Canada. If we can get the little Mexican kids to learn how to make toys, or little Canadian kids how to make toys, teach them English, and start making our toys, we might be able to do it because they didn't get the increases. Like Butter says, Rick Jones, dang, I was looking forward to those figures too. Every time a cool looking astronaut gets shown off, it gets canned. Truly a bummer. There was another line of astronaut figures, and I can't remember who was supposed to make them, but they did look cool. Oh, Fortnite has a 2 pack of astronaut figures. I should have got it. The one time I saw it at Target, it was on clearance, and I didn't get it, and then never seen it again. But yeah, astronaut figures look cool. Hey, speaking of astronauts, I might be similar to an astronaut in June, so we'll see how that works out. My dad won a trip with the Texas Lotto to go to Florida on June 26th, I want to say, in 2 short months. Let me see. What is my calendar's not working? Okay. Yeah, at the end of June, me and my dad are gonna fly out to Florida, potentially win a trip to go up into the outer atmosphere, and he might win money up there. It's weird. It's a weird thing. It's the Texas Lotto did some weird thing, and my dad somehow got into it. So we might be spacemen, is what I'm saying. But yeah. Let's see. Mark C says the zombies from Mars didn't fund. They didn't cancel, but they didn't meet the goal. But I hope they try again. They say they will. I believe they will. That does kind of make me wonder about Shartimus too, because Shartimus was going to try to bring out the street humans again. So I don't know if I know he had some of the heads from one of the figures at Toylanta. Is that what's called, Toylanta? I didn't go to the Atlanta, so I forget what it's called. But yeah, he had some of the heads for sale there, unpainted. You can paint them whatever color you want, Mexican, black, Chinese, whichever color you wanted to paint them. I'm just kidding. It was the bat head. You gotta paint it like a weird color. Luck Butter says, but will D13 still be offering different color demons at convention this year? Probably. I wouldn't doubt. I assume they got just like millions of those things. Rick Jones says, I heard they canceled from the guy. Yeah. Guy just, I haven't heard Sonny raise his voice before. Sometimes I gotta let him know. You got a line. Rick Jones says he's got a show. Clockwork says, did you back Jesus, Sonny? Of course I did. As soon as they put it out, I was like, boom, got him. Gaijin says, Gaijin, dang it, I'm never gonna catch that. Marcus says, remember Invincible Toys? I was just rereading his message the other day to see when it was sent. It was sent a very long time ago. The futuristic soldier line that hasn't made any progress since the pandemic. So it is Invincible Toys. They ran into an issue. I'm not sure exactly what the issue was, but they had to part ways and give the lines to a different company that they previously had, which were, I can't remember what the line was called. They had another line that they were bringing out figures, and they had to push it to the other line. So Invincible Toys, I don't know if we'll ever see those figures come out. Dude was real cool. Was it Landon? I think it's Landon. Landon was cool. I chit chatted every now and then with him before, right around the time the Kickstarter was popping off. But yeah, he had sent out an email a couple months ago, and it did not sound good. And it doesn't, man. To be honest, it doesn't sound like we may ever get them figures. Let me see. I'm gonna get my phone out and I could read that. Story time with the Sonny channel. Let's see. All right. If I mess up my words, my bad. Invincible Toys. Here we go. Futuristic combat from Oh God, goodness. Okay, never mind. Um, this is from August 20th of 2024. Oh wait, we're in 2025. Yeah, that's a few months ago. Yeah, from Landon. I wanted to provide everyone with an important update regarding the FCS line, Futuristic Combat Soldiers line. Unfortunately, we have had to place the project on hold as we are currently in legal proceedings concerning project issues with our factory partner Symbiote Studios. Although disheartening, this step is necessary to ensure that we address the matter appropriately and protect the project's integrity the best we can. In lieu of the situation, we are sad to say that the Fist brand and Nightwolf will no longer be under the Invincible Toys Company banner, with SWAT to be determined, and both Fist and Nightwolf brands returning fully under charge of their sole creators. Both brands have made this decision on their own accord with Invincible Toys' full support and understanding due to the seriousness of the situation and the preservation of both brands. That doesn't sound good. The separation of the two brands, although impactful, does not change the positive personal and working relationships that have been established between them and us, Invincible Toys LLC. This being said, we hope that as the matter is resolved, we will be able to continue to maintain those positive relationships indefinitely. We do apologize for the lack of updates this project has had over its lifespan. We have oftentimes been limited on the information on the project and updates ourselves. Also, partially resulting in the matter at hand, we pride ourselves as a company that honestly cares about people in the toy community, so rest assured that we remain fully committed to resolving the situation as quickly as possible and desire to follow through with the completion of the SCS. We value your investment and appreciate your continued patience during this time. With sincere regards, Landon Stewart. So yeah. Oh, I'm not like it's not what was it, 112 Chop Shop or whatever they call themselves, that one dude that ran off of people's money. Again, my bad. I thought that dude was legit. Yeah, it's not like that. So I don't know where it's going, but it does suck. Not just for the toy collectors, but for Landon for trying to get his figures made, because they do look pretty cool. And Big Bad Toy Store still has them for pre-order somehow. What is it? What is it? Let's see. Like Butter says, LOL, I'm going to be excited for you when Jesus finally arrives in your hands. I'm not sure what to believe. Clockwork Gorge says, Sonny opens a sweatshop for toys. It's okay, mijo. This buys you a taco for 8 hours of work. That's right, baby. Get you a soda with it, too. I'm going to be generous. I'm going to be a generous sweatshop owner. Like Butter says, will the Jesus actually come out, or will the Texans custom figures actually get painted? Um, who knows? That Jesus figure might inspire me to create that Texans figure. Paint them. I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't know. I don't know where I put him. I got paints out so my kid could paint, and I was like, might as well start trying to paint this, and then I don't know where the figure went. Oh, never mind. I see him. Okay, okay. It's still a thing. It's still a thing. It's gonna happen. Uh, Mark C says Texans are truly built different. Mark Z says Dennis Sharp tries Street Humans twice already. He tried it once, and it didn't work out. He pulled back on it. Mark C says I didn't understand why Invincible Toys worked with another company brand before they got their own product out. It's unfortunate for them and the customers that were supportive. Yeah, that's what sucks. That does suck about that. Like I said, and it sucks because you're kind of like, dang, well, I really hope that. I really hope that it is still a good working relationship with them. Like what it says, hey, we've got to give props to Premium DNA for getting their product out. Even if it meant getting it off AliExpress, they could have just pocketed the money like before. That's true too. Um, Although from what I understand, that first batch was a bad batch, and the second batch was supposed to be better. I don't know how better it was though. The first batch wasn't all that bad. I mean, some people were missing parts, some people weren't. Um, yeah, I mean the paint is decent, but it's gonna be hard when nothing's really when you got a lot of painted pieces. So I don't know. It was not that bad. I didn't think it was that bad. But yeah, they did take a lot of people's money. But those Barnyard Commandos came out too, and so did Battletoads. Although I haven't really seen anybody post Battletoads. But apparently they had them on sale in Big Bad Toy Store. They were trying to get rid of them or something like that. So if you want Battletoads figures, check Big Bad Toy Store. They might still have them on sale. I didn't care for the Battletoads figures. I liked Battletoads as a kid. I never could beat the game. I sucked at it, so I was like, nah. It was almost like, what was the other game I couldn't beat as a kid? Bionic Commando. I could never beat that as a kid. I love that game. I never beat it though. I pretty much sucked at that game too. But I did like that game. They came out with an action figure for the original OG Bionic Commando. That'd be dope. Clockwork Gorge says, didn't you get a premium DNA on AliExpress? Yeah, I got Earthworm Jim. I like that figure. I mean, it sucks that they stole people's money when they were Megalopolis, but I guess they used that money to make my Earthworm Jim. I don't know. It's it's a decent figure. I thought it was an okay figure. Plus, I really liked Earthworm Jim, so that might have played into the whole thing a little bit more than it should have, but it wasn't bad. Mark C says, I need a recap on Premium DNA. Were they Megalopolis or something else? Yeah, so they were Megalopolis. And according to people, collectors, they pre-ordered a lot with Megalopolis, and then Megalopolis shut down, and were basically like, we'll refund you the money. Didn't refund the money. Came out as Premium DNA. Premium DNA came out as a brand new thing. They masked the Megalopolis website with Premium DNA, but forgot to remove a bunch of the watermarks. So Megalopolis icon was on a bunch of Premium DNA website pages, web pages. And so it was real quick and easy to tell, like, okay, clearly you're the same company. It was hilarious though. Like Butter says, LOL, we got three-way race in the Sonnyverse. Jesus figure releasing, custom Texas figure finally painted, or Invincible toys. Oh man. I'll tell you right now, the way it sounds, Jesus and the Texas figure coming first. Like Butter says, Marcy, I believe that was the story. Clockwork Gorgeous says Romo lost a bunch of pre-orders from them. Romo or Robo? Romo's a cool dude too. Well, Robo's a cool dude too. Sometimes I forget about the old toy drama. Yeah. Yeah, there's still toy drama. You still got people who are like, oh, Hasbro, or what do they call it? Not Hasbro? Yeah, that's it. That's such a dumb name. Like, you can come up, well, I guess you can't if you're not good at coming up with insults for people. To me, Hasbro is the stupidest insult you can come up with. It's dumb, it's lame, it doesn't make any sense. I get it because they're putting blow in there, but blow could also mean cocaine. If you have cocaine, that means you're probably doing pretty successful. Unless you're abusing cocaine, then you're not. Oh, Clockwork says Romo. Dang, Romo's a good dude, man. I take back everything I said. Screw you, Premium DNA. I'm glad I got it off of AliExpress and bought your trash that you lost money on. That was the story. Premium DNA was like tossing them basically or whatever. Gave them to AliExpress, and AliExpress sold out almost. And they sold out pretty quick, and then they got re-upped. I don't know how they got re-upped, but they got re-upped. Like Butter says, Clockwork Orgy, Romo lost over $400 on POs for Megalopolis. That was crazy. Dang, $400. See, that's why I like Big Bad Toy Store. They don't really take the money up front. They're like, nah, wait till we get it, then we'll get it from you. Or what's the other guy? Toyco on Facebook. He's like, some things he makes you put a pre-order for or a down payment, and most things he doesn't. He did the new Batman that everybody has already, but nobody can buy. He did put that one up, and I think that's a full pre-order. You gotta pay that one in full. Man, my bad, y'all. I'm like losing it because this medicine I'm on, but I'm still here. I'm here. Got 15 minutes. I'm gonna tough it out. Give y'all an hour and a half. Lodge 44 says I was in the hole like 200 when they went under. My bank made it right. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad that you got your money right, because yeah, that sucks, man. It sucks that some people didn't get their money back. I know some people like did caught credit card fraud on them, and they were able to get some of their money back. Luck Butter says, I hate when a company takes the money first. Some of the smaller guys selling toys I can understand, but I don't like doing it that way. Well, like sometimes I feel like the smaller guys that are doing it, I'm like, I don't think they really truly have the right contracts in place. And so that's why they need all the money up front because then they got to go buy it for you. Like, who's that dude that I made a few content pieces for him and he sent me some figures. Oh, DMW All Things Marvel, I think was his name, if I'm not mistaken. His name was Dominic. I'll say his real name. I don't care. Screw that guy. He did that. So he would sell some. He would sell Marvel Legends action figures. He tried to make this whole thing like he was a store or whatever, but he would actually um, buy the figures at the store or Entertainment Earth or Big Bad Toy Store, and then resell them to the people and try to make a little bit of profit that way. So he was paying retail and then selling them. That's why he was also like he would buy a couple of packs of them, pull the build a figure out, sell the big build a figure separate, and then sell the figures as loose figures. And he was doing that a lot. And so anytime someone would pre-order with him, they had to pay him full. They had to pay him up front for him. And it would get bad because at one point I was at Target and I saw the Punisher, the I was gonna say the ride alongs, not the ride alongs, the Rider series Punisher. And I posted on Facebook. I'm not Facebook, on Instagram. I was like, oh, I got it, but I only had like I don't know 100 followers at the time. So I was like, oh, I got found this at Target. This fool hit me immediately and was all like, how many did they have? And I was like, they had three. And he goes, buy all three. I'll pay for yours, and if you could ship the other two out to these people for me, and I'll send you an mailing label. And so I actually sent one to X Manny. So X Manny paid um that dude Dominic. He paid that dude Dominic for Punisher, but I shipped it out for him. And I was like, I guess I don't know how it worked out at the time. I had just gotten into collecting Marvel Legends and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, whatever. And then, but yeah, that dude had terrible. Well, he had a terrible attitude, but he also had a terrible business plan. Like that's no way to run your business. To basically be like, hey, you stay at home, I'll buy it for you, and I'll ship it to you and charge you more. It was kind of weird. And then he had like some sort of deal with shipping, so he didn't even pay a whole lot for shipping, but he charged people a lot for shipping, but it just went to his pocket. I didn't like that either. When I found that, I was like, I don't know about this anymore. And then the dude started talking about me, so now I was like, all right, we're done. He also blocked me on every social media possible, and then I found him from a different account, and he got mad that I found him. He also had Shartimus Prime. He would send him stuff out too, and then I think that fell apart as well, if I'm not mistaken. He tried to get a bunch of people to shill for him, and at first it seemed like it was legit, like he was really trying to do something, but then it just got ridiculous. Like Butter says, Nerdzoa came out and said he would have to hire a whole team to keep track of POs similar to BBTS. He admitted he might never be able to have that feature. Yeah, he's cool too though, but like I mean, I'm pretty sure like if you message him like, hey man, I don't got it all right now, I'm pretty sure he'd help you out and let you because he doesn't have a like a pile of loot feature, but he said if you hit him up and you tell him which ones you want to try to keep hold you want him to hold so he can ship it all at one time, he's down to do that. So I think he'll work with you on some stuff like that. Dorkside Toys was another toy company that went under. I don't know how fast their items arrived down here in Florida. But they were another one that took some people's money, right? I think that was the other one that I was thinking of too. That they took some people's money, which sucks because he still got it out. I zoned out a little bit. Who are we shilling? DMW, all things Marvel. Never again. That dude hates me for whatever reason, and I'm cool with that. I really don't care. He tried to get me to quit my real job to shill for him, and I was like, that's not gonna happen, dude. He was the one that tried to get me to do fundraisers to raise money for his store. And I was like, I'm not doing that either, man. Like, you're crazy. He was like, yeah, just pretend like you're a nonprofit. And I'm like, no, I'm not. No, dude, that's not. Nah. I think that's what kind of got him upset that I wouldn't break the law for him. I was like, yeah, let me go commit fraud so you can sell Marvel Legends at a higher cost to people that you bought at retail. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that, man. Oh, he got mad one time because what did I do? Oh, I bought Magic. She's somewhere up there. When she was a Walgreens exclusive, I bought Magic, posted it, and he was like, "Oh, too bad they didn't have more." And I was like, "They did have more. They had a bunch." He was like, "Go buy three," and I was like, "All right." So I bought three, and I thought I was gonna send them to him. I ended up shipping out two to two random people, and then the third one I shipped to him, and he got mad when I charged him for the cost of the figures and shipping. And I'm like, what did you expect? And I'm not gonna buy these for you so you could sell to other people and make profit. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And so yeah, he was just a weird dude. Like what it says, if I'm not mistaken, both Chart and Robo were both sponsored by Megalopolis and Dorkside Toys. Crazy how those aren't around anymore. I know I know Robo was with Dorkside Toys. I don't remember him being with Megalopolis, but I do remember Shartimus Prime being having the Megalopolis ad on his videos. But yeah, man, it's wild though, man. How these toy companies are just like, all right, we're out, deuces. I'm out of here. Who was it? Nerdzoic has an interesting video on when Dorkside Toys went out of business. Um, if y'all have a chance to look at that, I don't know what it. I don't forgot how it's under. Let me see. You know what I can do? I can put it in the chat now that I know how to do things. Let's see. Nerdzoic. So I just log him in. That's right. Let me see. Try to go to it. Nope, don't start playing. All right, let's see. Nerdzoic. Toy industry myths, no. Mistakes remain, no. This crap, no. Only stands. That's hilarious. End of the channel, no, that's not it. Man, it was a really good video though. Try to. Is it this one? It might be this one. I'm gonna copy this link in here. It might be this one. It might not be. I think it's that video though that has it. It's pretty interesting. Pretty good listen. Like what it says, I remember there was this whole issue with Dorkside Toys and Valorverse exclusive figure that they had at the time. See, I don't remember. Oh, I don't remember that part. Well, I never messed with Dorkside Toys anyway. I never ordered from them. I think that's the video. I think that's the video we're trying. That I'm thinking of. But yeah, it was a pretty interesting video. Don't go to it now. Wait till 6 minutes from now when I get off here. Then you can go to it uh, and have all kinds of fun looking at that video. I will say before we sign off tonight, guys and gals. Just kidding, there's no gals here. Um, Jada Toys makes a really good Mega Man figure. It's a very, very bubbly figure. Oh, Tony the Tiger. Oh, that looks dope. Did I mention that last time? He looks dope. 3-0 made a good Mega Man 2. Um, it's heavy. It's a lot heavier. To me, it feels more like God, what Mega Man version like? Like the Jada Toys ones makes me think the Nintendo Mega Man. This one makes me think more like the PlayStation Mega Man. I do like these feet are heavy. They're really heavy feet. I do like that. It feels like a solid build too. His gun arm is dope. But yeah, I thought I thought for sure I was like, I'm gonna like the Jada Toys one way better, but I really, I really would not consider them. They're both Mega Man figures. I wouldn't consider them competition for each other. Like, to me, they feel way too different to be able to be like, oh, I like this one better. I like this one better. Like, okay, SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball Z and Bandai Star Dragon Stars or whatever. Clearly, those Star ones are garbage. I would say all the way. SH Figure Arts kills those. But the 3-0 Mega Man and Jada Mega Man, they just feel so different. They look so different. I want to put them. I want to keep them separate. I'm gonna be like, I'm not. I can't say, oh, this one is better. I can't say that one. Lucky Butter says, oh, Mark Z said getting Tony the Tiger. Man, I gotta get Tony the Tiger. He looks so dope. So do Fred and Barney. And I love Fruity Pebbles. Um, like when I eat Fruity Pebbles, I don't even brush my teeth afterwards. I want to keep that flavor in my mouth. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I brush my teeth after eating cereal. Have milk breath all day. Uh, yeah, he's about the size of Krillin. Where's Krillin? I don't know where Krillin. I took Krillin out to go take pictures of him one day, and I didn't put him back on my shelf. But yeah, he's about the same height as Krillin. Krillin is also another good figure. I love that figure. Love him so much I take him everywhere with me. Sometimes I leave him in my pants pockets, and then I find him when I go do my laundry. I'm like, there he is. Lucky Butter said Dragon Stars are poop. Dragon Stars are, oh, they're such bad figures. I bought a few and I gave them to my kid and he actually likes them, so I let him keep them. Lucky Butter says I actually collected a ton of those Dragon Stars DBZ figures and then discovered DBZ SHF. Yeah, I had a few that I found on sale at Walgreens and at Target. And then a homie of mine, he goes by KJ the 51. He he had some figures for sale, and I bought some the Marvel Legends figures from him. But he was like, "Hey, you want this Dragon Ball Z Goku? You want to buy him?" I was like, "Nah, I don't. I'm not doing that." I was like, "I'm not. I'm not trying to get into that line. I got a few of these DBZ Dragon Stars. I'm good." And he was like, "I'm gonna give you this one." I was like, "All right, whatever, man." He gave it to me, and I was like, "Never look back. Never look back after that." I was just like Dragon Ball Z, SH Figure Arts. They kill it, man. They just absolutely kill these figures. Like I said, this Majin Buu I like is one of my favorite figures. Just it's ridiculous. The poses you can get him into, the faces that he came with are dope. Yeah, I mean this is a dope figure. I like this figure. And he's heavy. He's like heavy. He's way heavier than most of the other ones. Trunks is a good figure. Krillin again, another one of my favorite figures. Um, and actually, most of the anime that SH Figure Arts makes, I love them things. I don't half the time I don't even know what they are. I'm like, what is this? I don't know. Sometimes y'all tell me what they're. I'm like, yep, that's what it is. That's what I got. I don't know what it is. What is it? Lucky Butter says I can't remember when they came out, Dragon Star, but it was around 2018 when I discovered SHF. Yeah, SHF, like I said, my homie gave one to me. I'd say probably like early 2021, and I was just like, these are legit. Like Butter said, did you ever buy that Kid Buu third party? I have not. I want to, but I heard it's like a 50-50 shot with him. It's either gonna be close to the SH Figure Arts or complete garbage. So I'm like, dang, man, I don't really want to take that risk because he's not like CT Toys price. He's still SH Figure Arts price a lot of times when I see him. So I haven't really looked into that one very much because I don't want to pay real retail for a bootleg figure. That's me. That's crazy. Which some people are getting caught up with on Amazon. They're buying CT Toys figures for Mafex prices on Amazon or Mafex sale prices. That sucks. It sucks that it happens that way. But it is midnight. Unfortunately, I do have to get up very early in the morning, and my medicine is closing my eyes every second that we speak. It's still closing my eyes even more. But I do appreciate all y'all coming on. Hopefully, next 2 weeks or whatever, my neck will get better. And I won't have to be on these drugs. Say no to drugs, kids. Some moral of the story. Um, but yeah, appreciate y'all for tuning in. I don't know who else is here, but shout out to everyone who came through. Matt Lodge 44, Lucky Butter, Marcus Yee, aka Gaijin, Clockwork Orgy. Who was it? Rick Jones was here. Real Life Perspective Show. Who else was here? I know there's someone else. That's weird. I can't even scroll all the way back. Who was it? Travis Wilcox. That's who else I was thinking. But yeah, have a fluffer night, sir. Thank you very much. Fluff it out. See y'all in 2 weeks. I will hope to have more stuff up there. More content. I'm working on getting content for all of my channels. My comedy channel, this channel, my Proxon channel. I was gonna bust out my Proxon today, but since I'm on this medicine, I'm like, man, I'm gonna burn my finger. I just know it. But yeah, check out all the stuff. Shout out to the channel members. Y'all got that y'all got that video last week. Was it last week? I think it was last week. But yeah, thanks for watching. Y'all have yourselves a great night while I try to figure out how to turn this off here.